Hey there, my name is Andre, and today we are here with a tier list for the amazing digital circus. We're going to be putting all of the characters that I want to put into the tier list into this tier list. Let's actually go ahead and create one more row. So add a row below, and that is going to be our F tier because we absolutely need an F tier here. Let's do that. Whoops. So that's not D. That is D. That's not F, that's D. And this is going to be F. And what we're going to do, we're going to change the colors. So this is going to be green, of course. And then this is fine the way it is. Okay, perfect. So we got S, A, B, C, D, F. And as you can see, I got all the main characters from the show all right here at the very tippity top. And then a couple of characters are skins of characters that I really like. Maybe moments that I really like that I put up here. And it kind of ends at the sun. I'm not going to be putting the sun in my rankings, and anyone below will take a quick look. But I kind of don't want to go over the live action characters. I don't want to go over all of these scenes from specific moments or episodes. A lot of them are kind of duplicates that I don't think really matter as much in my personal list. So, hey, without further ado, let's start off with Pomni. I absolutely love Pomni. I can relate to her quite a bit. She is kind of a people pleaser. She tries to help out people as much as she can. I'm going to put her in S tier. I really do like her, and I do relate to her quite a bit. So that's an easy S tier for me. Jax is also S tier. Now, this is where a lot of people are going to be divided because I know some of you absolutely love Jax. He's like your favorite character from the show. And then you also have a lot of people that believe he's so overrated. Now, for me personally, I love Jax. I can relate to him in many ways. Let's look at his arc in the final episode, or the final two episodes, if I'm remembering correctly. From the moment where we get that flashback with Ribbit, and a lot of people mention how in that moment, uh, you believe that he is trans, so that she would be trans, right? Jax is a trans woman, and the way that I can relate with that is I was out as trans for 10 years. So even though he is a very aggressive and mean character, I do really like his arc. I like that he ends up getting corrupted in the very end. I like that he has kind of this trans arc going on. And so for me, that's an S tier. I really do like Jax. I like the humor that he brings about as well. He jokes about it in one of the final episodes. In the final episode, actually, talking about how, oh, it's so bland and boring because you killed off the humorous character, right? The character that brings gags to every episode. And so, yeah, I really like him. He is an easy S tier for me. Ragta is an A tier, kind of a motherly character, but also very stressed out. And I can relate to the stress that Ragta puts upon herself and that she feels. But she's going to be an A tier for me, not as strong of a bond for me as with Pomni and Jax. Kinger's an S tier for me. I mean, we all love Kinger, right? Where's Kinger? He's fantastic. It's hard not to love him. Gangle as well. Gangle is an S tier for me. I wish she got a little more screen time, a little more love, but she did get some really good moments. She had that one episode where she kind of let things get to her head, right? When they were in the fast food chain and she was in charge. And I really like that for her. I like that she had kind of her depressive episode in that episode. And it really let her weak mind kind of shine and show that, hey, she's a character who's kind of depressed, having a hard time, and you really got to know where she stands as a character in that moment. So S tier for Gangle. I absolutely love Gangle. Zubul is an A tier for me. Now, put your knives down, please. Don't come after me. I love Zubul. Zubul's a fantastic character, just like Ragta. The reason that she's an A tier for me is just like Jax, she is very aggressive. And there's actually a moment where she punches a wall, and it's been made fun of because it's such a weak punch. And I think people forget that she's made out of pieces of toy, right? Like little plastic pieces. Of course, even if she's so angry and ready to punch a wall, it's not gonna do anything. She's all toy pieces, little pieces of scrap plastic. Of course, it's not going to create a hole in the wall. I love the whole conversation on that episode. But yeah, she is very aggressive and sometimes a little too aggressive, in my opinion. And I get that Jax is also that way, but I can relate to Jax in many more ways, whereas I can't relate to Zubul in as many ways as I can to Jax. So take away their aggressive natures, and yeah, Zubul's still an A tier character for me, and even that aggressive, passive aggressive nature of hers at times can be really good, and it does add a lot to the show. And so A tier for Zubul, S tier for Jax. Kane, oh man, Kane's an S tier. Kane does go up to S tier. I love Kane. Kane is fantastic. He takes the whole concept of being an AI character and does it really, really well. So for me, Kane is definitely S tier. I mean, even just his image, right? Having that head, just a set of teeth with two eyeballs down the middle, right? Inside. I think it's so cool. He actually reminds me of MC Ballyhoo from Mario Party 8. I'm sure I'm not the only one. They have a very similar nature to each other. And I'm sure that kind of worked into his concept as well. I'm so sure of it. I mean, it's right there. I see it. Now, Bubble. Bubble is fantastic. Would I put Bubble in the same tier as Rakta and Zubul? Absolutely not. I think Bubble is the mascot for B tier right here because B tier is a good tier. I mean, if S tier is like a 95 plus or 100 plus, S tier is like you're perfect and above, right? So you reach perfection and above in S tier. A tier is going to be that 90 to 100%. B tier is going to be that 80 to 90. And that's exactly where Bubble can sit, is in that 80 to 90%. Absolutely love Bubble. Kaufmo. This is complicated for me. Is Kaufmo A or B tier? I think Kaufmo is going to be B tier, right above Bubble. And I'm actually going to move some people here. I think I like Jax at the very top of my list. Pomni can be second. Kinger is great here. I think this is good. I would just move the two of them around. So Jax is at the very top of my list. And Zubul above Rakata. Easy. Easily Zubul will keep being at top of A tier. Kaufmo. Kaufmo can be at the top of B tier. He's a great character. You just don't get to see enough of him. And I think my two top tiers are for characters that you get to see a lot or who left a very big impact for me. So Kaufmo, top of B tier. Ribbit. Now, Ribbit is one of those characters that did leave a very big impact for me. I would put her in the A tier, even though we see her less than Kaufmo. It's just the impact that she gives is so large in my eyes that I have to put her in A tier. She was a fantastic friend for Jax, and so was Kaufmo. He absolutely was, and he had some great moments. But we would not have that whole Jax being trans conversation without Ribbit, and that's why I'm gonna have Ribbit over in the A tier. I guess at the bottom of A tier, I think it would be a bit disrespectful to have her above Ragda, so I am gonna keep her just right behind Ragda. That's where she is going to be staying. Now, Queenie, again, very important character in the whole Kinger aspect. But we never really get to see her. We might have seen her once, if I'm not forgetting, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna put her in B tier. I think she can sit behind Kaufmo. I think it would be a little disrespectful to Kaufmo to put her above him, just because we don't get a lot from Queenie. I would have loved to have gotten more from Queenie, honestly, if we could have gotten a flashback with Kinger to where the circus first happened. And maybe I'm forgetting, maybe we totally had one and it just escaped me completely. But getting a little bit more of Queenie would have been amazing. Could have put her right up into the A tier easily. because she is a character that I really do like and would have loved to have seen more of. Now, the moon. Oh, the moon. Another character that you don't see much, but her impact is so important. Her impact on Kane in particular is really, really important to the story in the final episodes. You see a conversation between the moon and Kane, and the moon tells Kane that she loves him. And Kane then proceeds to say that I never made you to say that you love me. You're not supposed to know this, right? You're not supposed to feel this way, but you do. And that really was eye-opening for Kane. And so definitely a B tier character. Uh Bottom of B tier, maybe above Bubble, maybe not. I think Bubble just being in every single episode kind of puts him a little higher. He has some really good moments too, especially when he's swearing. So we're gonna keep Bubble right there. We're gonna keep the moon at the bottom of B tier for now. This guy, I forget this guy's name. But they do show up in a couple of episodes. They are a very fun character. I think this is bottom of B tier for me. Just because of how fun of a character this is, but doesn't really impact the show all too much. Kind of just there to stir the pot a little bit, and that's about it. I do really like this character. Gummy Goo. Now, Gummy Goo is really important to Pomni. Because without Gummy Goo, we wouldn't really have much going on with Pomni in the second episode. He definitely does add um, a lot of storyline for Pomni and a lot of understanding of what the digital circus is really about. And so I feel like Gummy Goo is going to go into the B tier. I might have Gummy Goo because he had such a big role in the second episode, and even in a fast food episode. I think that was the next episode. He does serve quite a big role for Pomni, and so I might have him above Bubble, but behind Queenie, because again, I really want to see more of Queenie. I want to see more of Kaufmo, and I think just what they could bring to the table is much more than what Gummy Goo could ever bring to the table. So I'll have him right there. Now his two allies, D tier. Do I think they deserve C tier? I mean, they didn't bring much to the table for me. They were allies to Gummy Goo in the second episode, and they reappeared in episode 4, the fast food episode. But they don't bring much to the table. I mean, they're kind of just background characters meant to give a little bit of a spotlight to Gummy Goo. So I'm gonna keep them in D tier, high D. Again, just so you guys don't, absolutely come after me with pitchforks. B tier would be 80 to 90%, right? 90 to 100 is A tier, 100 plus perfection and more is S tier. C tier could maybe be let's say a 70 to 80%. And then D tier will be that 60 to 70%. So, you're still good characters. You're not nearing the top for me. D tier is not like a 20 to 40%. I think that's what people normally see when they see a C tier, D tier, F tier is, 50% below. That's not it for me. D tier is going to be 60 to 70%. Just these two, that's where they stand, is 60 to 70. Now I forget her name, but again, similar to them, she doesn't do much for me. Maybe a C tier. She was fun. She was very fun in that haunted house episode. I'll put her over in C tier. I think that's a good spot to have her. Now this guy was funny. He had a very funny moment in that same episode. Is he a C tier or a B tier just for that moment? Because it was a very funny bit. I think I will have him in B tier. I would have loved to see him a little more in that episode. So at the very back of B tier. This one right here is a D tier. Probably behind, maybe in front. I like horror. I'll put him in front of the gummies right here. Because he did have a very good moment again in the third episode, the haunted house episode. So D tier, top of D tier. Evil Jack. So I only added evil Jax from the evil characters because the evil characters didn't bring much to the table. Evil Pomni kind of added a little something, but I thought Evil Jax was just so fun. I will add Evil Jax into the B tier. Is he above or below Gummy Goo? I think above Gummy Goo. Just because it was so fun to see Evil Jax interact with our actual Jax. And I would have loved to have seen a little more of that happen in the show. If you could have brought him back a little more frequently and just see those interactions. He definitely was a part of Jax that Jax was trying to suppress. And I thought it was so funny to see him react to himself in that way. So, B tier. B tier in front of Gummy Goo. Disappearing Guy. Disappearing Guy is a fantastic gag. I'm going to put him at the bottom of A tier just for the gag. Now, I'm not saying I like him better as a character than Coughamore Queenie. Again, if we saw more of them, I would definitely have them above Disappearing Guy, but just for his gag alone, that is an A tier gag. Possibly S tier. I don't want to put him above any of these tree characters in A tier. So he'll sit comfortably at the bottom of A tier. I am treading lightly with these characters. I am so afraid of who I'm going to piss off with this tier list. I know the fandom, and I know how much you love your characters, and I'm totally not trying to piss you guys off. I'm just saying, amazing gag on Disappearing Guy. So bottom of A tier. This guy, I forget his name, but he had a really good run in one of those last episodes, second last episode, maybe. He had a very, very good run. I think he goes in B tier, possibly above the moon, above Bubble, and above Gummy Goo. I think so. Does he go above? I think he does. He goes above Evil Jax. I really do like him here, so he's gonna sit in B tier near the top. This guy I don't remember very well. He had like that one gag, I guess, once or twice. I'll put him at, yeah, at the bottom of C tier. I think he is the C tier character. I don't remember him very well. I don't have much to say about him. So bottom of C tier. Now the fish. I think people have opinions, like differing opinions, on the yellow fish and the orange fish or red fish. I am going to keep them together because I don't remember their personalities being much different. Yellowfish maybe had a couple of voice lines, whereas Redfish did not. But I'm gonna keep them side by side. I'm gonna put them in the C tier behind this ghost. Because I didn't feel much of a connection to these fish, as much as other people might have. So they're just gonna sit in the C tier. Still good characters. What is this, like my 70 to 80% tier, right? Let's S. Perfection. A. That is going to be 90% to 100%. B is going to be 80% to 90%. C is 70% to 80%. D is 60 to 70%. And F is going to be 60% and lower. How can I get that lower? Is it this? Yeah. That's a symbol for lower. So there we go. Who was I looking at? I was looking at the fish, 70 to 80%. They're somewhere in there. These guys, now they are some of the originals, but we didn't get to know much about them. I chose these two because they stood out to me a little bit more. I believe Dogman, whose name I forget, and Wormy, whose name I remember. Dogman was the original developer, I believe, of the Digital Circus. So I would have loved to hear more about both of them. I'm going to put them in B tier, and I'm going to put them above, right behind the moon, I think. they are such interesting characters. We didn't see anything that had to do with them. You could have had a whole episode dedicated to them. So right behind the moon, very important characters. Just we don't expand on that in the show like at all. So that's where they're gonna sit. Now we're getting into reskins of characters, and these are the ones that I thought were the most entertaining to me. So we got Jax in a maid outfit. Jax in a maid outfit is really fun. I'm gonna put that as is it gonna be A tier or S tier? That is bottom of S tier for me. Don't think about it too much with, my A tier picks and then some reskins in S tier. Reskins are still the same characters, just in a reskin. That is an S tier reskin right there. Boss Gangle, again, S tier reskin. I'm gonna leave that up there. Then we got Anime Gangle, and I chose Anime Gangle because that is her choice to be in the anime for the anime episode. So we're going to have Anime Gangle over in A tier. Not as good as Boss Gangle, but very, very cute. So I'm going to put her right behind Ribbit, right here. And above Disappearing Guy, I just think the concept is so cute. That's another part of her personality that just flourished in that episode. And you love to see it. You love to see it for Gangle. So a little love for Gangle, A tier. Oh man, that's all, freaks. This is gonna go definitely S tier. This was a hilarious moment. I'm putting it right at the top. I don't care what people say. That moment alone deserved an Oscar. That was fantastic. A fantastic callback to the Looney Tunes. And I think Jax, it just made his personality shine so, so much in a way that we don't really see otherwise. He's not really hurting anyone. He's just showing off his cartoonish, joking side by by making a reference to the Looney Tunes. So, absolute perfection. Angry Zubul is going to go into S tier above regular Zubul. This moment alone, I think is fantastic. It's going to go below Kane. But we're gonna treat this as the moment where she punched the wall, and I already talked about it, and I think that's a really funny and great moment, and I think it also goes to show just how little they are in charge of themselves. Their autonomy is non-existent at that point in the digital circus. They feel helpless. They get angry, and she punches a wall, and it's feeble. It doesn't do anything. I really love that. That's a perfect moment for me. It's going to S tier. I saw cat ears on Gangle, and I had to put it up here. B tier, definitely B tier. We're gonna put that below these guys because I really want to see what these guys are about. But that's a really cute Gangle right there. So B tier, why not? Trans Jax, I mean, S tier, right? That's so cute. That is adorable. I think this goes above or below these two. I think the moment is really, really good. Really, really sweet. Rip it. You know what? Let's put that right behind Kane in front of Maid Jax and Angry Zubul. I think that moment deserves to be up really high on my list. So, Trans Jax having her moment of realization with Ribbit is going to sit in perfection. Then we got Cutie Kaufmo right here. Cutie Kaufmo, again, above regular Kaufmo. Just sitting at the back of A tier. A very, very cute moment for Kaufmo. Look at that smile. Look at those eyes. Look at that stature. That wave. Oh my god, how can you not love him right here? What a cutie. Sitting at the very back of A tier. And then finally, for my list, we are going to be adding in the corrupted version of Jax. And again, this is going to be, is it A tier or S tier for me? We kind of have Pomni, like that moment with Pomni here, and I really love that Pomni was able to bring him down to a point where he was calm enough to be around the digital circus and not have to go into the cellar. that really weird cellar that they have for all of the corrupted versions of the characters. So that's going to be S tier. I think you go above Gangle, you go above made version of Jax, you go above this one. I think you do go above Trans Jax as well. You're gonna sit right behind all of these characters here, the main cast, or whatever main cast I put into S tier, and you're gonna sit right at the back of that. I really do like that moment. It's funny to see this moment of Jax being at the very top, but it's just such a good little joke that I have to have it that high. I have to. I have to. This is my list. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. There's nothing you can do about it. So there you go. That's the whole list. I really like it. Would I move anyone around? That's a good question. I think I do like them where they are. Maybe I would take down a couple of these to A tier. Possibly. I mean, they're kind of interchangeable. These three right here. I think where you start S tier, like actually knowing 100% that these guys are gonna stay in S tier, is at Trans Jax going forward. Those ones I know are S tier for me. Absolutely 100%. These three right here could maybe go down to A tier. They could maybe stay in S tier, so I'll keep them there. Hey, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like the video if you did. Comment, subscribe. All of these things help me out so very much, and I really do appreciate it. If you have any comments for me, I mean, let me know. Let me know what you would change. Let me know who you would put in your S tier. I would love to know. The Amazing Digital Circus is such a fun topic to talk about. And so to get to know what other people might change about my list would be fantastic. So please go at it. Rip me apart. Absolutely. You have my blessing. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again for another tier list or any other video that you may be checking out. Peace.